Hi guys, I'm neosatan and we are playing Minecraft. And today we'll be doing a smaller project. This is basically the place for this project, right? I made here a small shed, basically. And this will be my freshwater production facility. Why freshwater? Because Harvestcraft is very annoying. Basically, you need water. You need water and you need salt to a lot of stuff, right? To do a lot of stuff. And you cannot really get it on mass scale. You cannot really, get it in a convenient way. So I devised a way to basically produce it, auto-produce it for us in a very large quantities. So at first I wanted to, use the immersive engineering bottler, right? But it doesn't work. the whole thing just doesn't work at all, so I cannot reuse it. The machine works, right? But it just doesn't work for me, mostly because it doesn't know. It just doesn't produce the fresh water, right? And I actually need the fresh water. So that's cool, but when I was testing it, I actually figured out a way how to do it with assembler. It's an immersive engineering auto crafting machine, and it's quite cool. It is quite cool. It's built like this. Where are the conveyor belts? Here. Okay. And here will be the output, and it has an advantage, and that advantage is that it can take both solid ingredients, right? And also it can take fluids as ingredients. And with fluids, it's something interesting because it is getting those ingredients, right? But you can use the water as a replacement for any kind of water bucket recipe, right? So as you could see, the recipe, how you get the fresh water is to just put in a shapeless crafting one bucket of water, and that's all right. And the bucket the bucket of water is still persisting in your inventory, right? Those kind of crafting thingies, right? The assembler doesn't really want to do very good. Come on, turn. Why doesn't turn? Oh, now it turns. Okay. So those kind of crafting schematics recipes, the assembler doesn't want to do, right? So whenever something has to stay in the grid, in the 9x9, in the 3x3 crafting grid, it doesn't really want to do that thing, right? So that's a problem. But it can just replace the water bucket with just water, right? So that's very cool. And the way that it goes, it's like this. I will go and take a bucket of water, right? I will place it here. Ta-da! We have fresh water, and the nice thing is that it actually stays with us, right? And then we need to make a input of water. The input of water is here. I didn't know that at first try. I just read it. I basically read it only inside the manual, right? And then I was really confused how I am supposed to even like get the water into the machine, right? But yeah, it's just under the input. Okay, so we have to actually get it there. Oops, it's a little bit too far. Now here. Okay. So here we'll be needing a pump that I totally forgot to actually get. It's upstairs, so that's not really a problem. Whoops. Okay, this way. So we have to actually get the water, right? I will need the pump for it to work. Do we have the? Yeah, we have. Okay. Cool, that's the thing that I wanted to see. And I will put the pump not here, nearly, but not here. So So here we'll have the pump. Here we have to have the output. Okay, cool. Now I can remove this part. Cool. And when I will provide it with power, it should start pumping water. And that's also next thing. I will need a transformer. I knew that I actually prepared one here. And oh, this is not correct. Yeah, I had a creeper explosion like the minute that I started recording for the first time. So yeah, but okay. Okay. Oh, this is not really good. This is not really good. I have to adjust it very quickly. Okay, something like this, and this should be perfect. Do we have the wire? Yes, we do have the wire. Oh, it's too far from the connection now. Oh, Jesus Christus. Okay. We relay, okay. Now it should be okay-ish. I hope so. Oh, okay. It's connecting, so that's very cool. This thing should also connect. Okay, so this thing is still connected. So here we'll need the transformer. Yeah, transformer. Where to put it? Actually, I didn't thought about where to put it. Maybe here actually. Modify this part a little bit. Okay, where's my wire? This is the MV wire part, right? Cool, this works. This works for me. I could fix this thing really quickly. Not entirely actually, because we're missing something. Whoops. No, that's okay. Okay, and later on I will have to have here a slab, a small slab, and that will be okay. It's kind of pity that it actually goes through this, but yeah, well, okay. For now it's okay. Okay, we need the connectors, and I forgot about the relays. Okay, we have to actually make more relays. Now we have to actually get up. I have some scaffolding, so that's very cool. Okay, so this is the connector. Also the connector. I will go quickly sleep and get the low voltage relays because I totally forgot about them. Most likely I even have something prepared somewhere, maybe, I don't know, don't remember. So that shouldn't be really a problem. Come on. Okay. Yeah. What do I have here? No, this is the connector. Okay, so I don't have it. Relay. Oh. The LV relay just gets something like that. So copper, and I do recall that I here had some hardened clay, and that should be enough. It's only, yeah, that's 8. That should be perfectly enough. Okay. So it's something. Okay. Now we just have to wire it up, and we are ready with it. Okay, so here will be a relay. Here will be a relay. And most likely next, oh, whoops. Next one will be here. And I can make here one. Okay, I didn't brought the wire with me. Okay, these connectors. Please give me the actual wire. Huh? Why? This thing is MV. Oh, where is the hammer thingy here? Huh? Oh, okay. Wow, that's a big difference. Yeah, okay, it's not obstructed, so that's very cool. Now this one here and this one here. Okay, so this thing should be basically running. Let us check. Or we have to provide a redstone signal, I don't remember. Yeah, I think we need to have a redstone signal on it. And that's also an easy thing to do. Okay, now it should be providing the water. Come on. Okay, we had water. Yeah, we are having the water, and we are already producing fresh water. And I could basically leave it like this, and that would be cool, right? But no, I have more plans for it. I want to have a basic drawer full of it. So yeah, now we will be making the small system to make this one happen. And the drawer will be somewhere maybe here-ish. Yes. Now this is too. It's gonna be here actually. Okay, here and here. Yeah, here and here it should be okay. Okay, this is the drawer that we need. Cool. Now we need the conveyor belts. I think I have enough of them. Maybe, I am not sure. Okay. Yeah, I have enough of them. Okay. So here, and it should be inserting. Yes, it is inserting. So that's very cool. Okay. So this is cool. And now the next step is to get a redstone max upgrade. So basically emits a signal for the most full slot. As I understand, I could be actually understanding it wrongly, but when what's happening? Oh, signal for most full slot. Oh, I thought that's actually emitting redstone signal when this thing is. Right. For total storage. Well, okay, so this thing is not okay. Okay, so this control I will make later on if when I will actually understand how this thing works, because I really thought that it works in a way that when the one of the slots is full, then it will emit redstone signal, but it's not true. Why I need the redstone signal? Because this thing will basically run forever. It's very cheap to run, and it just yeah, it doesn't have any kind of limit on the resources whatsoever, right? So it would run forever. I don't really want this thing to run forever. I want to stop this thing when this thing is full, right? So basically the two stacks of it are created. I could create a what's called a void upgrade, right? That will just basically consume the resources on the storage drawer, but I don't yeah, I don't like this idea actually that much. So I wanted to have this storage drawer to output redstone signal when it's full, so the redstone assembler, when it gets the redstone signal, it stops. So see, and nothing more is so basically I wanted to make something like that, but yeah, this upgrade that didn't work as I expected. So I will have to check it out later on. Okay, but this is a way that I can get a lot of fresh water, and that's very cool. with Pump Harvestcraft, you need fresh water for a lot of stuff. But that's not even the most important part. The most important part is that now I can make salt by stack. I'm basically grabbing a couple of stacks of fresh water, getting a pot, and I have a couple of stacks of salt. And salt is used in most of the recipe, in most of the ingredient list, right? So in reality, I just wanted to actually get a huge amount of salt on me, right? Okay, so I will leave this thing for a while, let it run, right? And later on I will just go and stop it, and I will prepare to the next part of this episode, because the next part of this episode is about a couple of things that I discovered with Pump Harvestcraft, and I want to share with you guys about them. And I didn't know about them. I didn't even suspect that this mod has something like that. So give me a couple of minutes to prepare. Well, actually for you guys it will be just a clean cut, and I will be continuing. Hi guys, I'm back, and I did prepare what I want to show to you guys. In Harvestcraft, right, you have this thing that's called bait, and I was interested at what is it? It's like I didn't really know what is it, right? So basically, you have something like ground traps, and you can use them to get basically animal products, right? So you make something like this, you fill it with bait, and after 2 minutes you have one additional product whatsoever, right? The only problem with this thing is that I didn't found a way to actually get the items from it and actually connect any kind of pipe or something like that to it, so you cannot really automate it. But you can just basically spam them. They are very cheap. They are next to nothing. They are some wood and string, and that's all. And bait is also very cheap. It's basically string and some vegetables, or fruits or grain or something like that, right? So it's really cheap. So that's very cool about that. I will make here a couple of them, and as I understand, they need to have grass around them to work properly, right? But other than that, yeah, they don't really have any kind of other special requirements. So I will just create a couple of them here. And here you go. So, and this should create us some animal products, right? Like meat, leather, feathers, I don't know what kind of other animal products there are actually, but this kind of stuff. So it should create in a slow pace, but still, right? It should create. It's something like this thing, right? Like the apiary from Harvestcraft, not from forestry. It's a Harvestcraft one, and this thing is actually quite cool because you can the wax that you are getting, right? That's also something interesting that I discovered about Harvestcraft. Harvestcraft has a quite decent armor. Yeah, I'm actually using this hardened leather armor, and this thing is basically created from hardened leather. That's leather and pressed wax, right? And this pressed wax is created from the wax combs. You just need a machine that's called a presser, right? That just presses it to wax, and then yeah, you have a quite decent armor for, yeah, not really that much. And it's actually quite decent, pretty. It gives you 7.5 armor point, right? So that's not maybe the best thing that in the world, but for the price, it's quite decent actually. And you don't have to spend anything on it, right? So that's very cool. Okay, this is another box that I discovered with Harvestcraft. It's called a market, and you can buy all the seeds, right, that you want. So basically, when you actually need some kind of seed, you just need 1 emerald, and you can just basically buy it, just like that. This is very cool, and you have all the seeds from Harvestcraft, right? So you can basically, yeah, get seeds like that. Very cool, very cool. Because, well, running around the world and trying to collect all the gardens and all the different species of vegetables and fruits, and so I think fruit seed actually doesn't give you fruits. I think so. Maybe, I don't know. I think it doesn't give you fruits, but it gives you all the vegetables, right? And the grain thingies. Oh, no, wait, white mushrooms for leek. Pineapple. Oh, it gives you some fruits. Yeah, so see? Cool, right? So that's very cool. But there is even a cooler one. That's called a shipping bin. And this thing is just purely awesome because it gives you 1 emerald for each 32 vegetables or any kind of products that you actually want to give it to it, right? So that's extremely cool. This is basically 3 emeralds, because right now I have like a couple of stacks of onions that they are not even fitting in my sorting system, right? And I was actually wondering what to do with the excess of it, right? So yeah, I can just basically sell it. What's the onion thingy? Huh? How to use it? Do I have to reselect on the onion? Oh. I didn't actually use this one. This is the first time that I'm actually using it. Where's the onion? This is tea. Kiwi. I don't know what is this thing. Oh, here's the onion. Okay. See? Emerald. Emerald. More emeralds. 4 emeralds. Just like that. This is just insane. This is just insane. Those are basically 3 emeralds. More emeralds. Okay, so this is a really quick way to get a lot of emeralds. Basically, you just need a field. You just need to plant it, and then you can just basically sell it, and that's all. Yeah, it's in Palm Harvest Cup. I totally didn't even know about it. Here we go. Look. In like 5 minutes, I actually got like 8 emeralds. Just from the waste, and I didn't know what to do with. So yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool. Okay. So yeah, so this is the things from Palm Harvest Craft that I wanted to show you guys. I didn't know about them, and I didn't really saw any kind of YouTubers that were actually showing up those kind of things, like even the armor thingy. I really had to actually go and look into wiki how to make this kind of pressed wax, right? Because I really didn't even know that Palm Harvest Craft has any kind of machines. So I didn't know even how to make the wax thingy. I was trying to do this thing, but I couldn't get the candleberry, right? So I was like, yeah. And I didn't know about the market thingy. So yeah, totally unknown features for me. Oh yeah, and with the traps, there is also a water version. So basically, it will catch you fishes. As I recall, it catches all the vanilla fishes and all the Harvest Craft fishes, and I think that's basically all. And it works basically in the same way as the ground trap. Yeah. So yeah. Let us actually check on the ground trap. I wonder if something was caught. I think the time thingy is like every 2 minutes or so. Yeah, see, I have feathers, I have mutton, chicken feathers, bone. Oh, cool, it actually gives you bone. Leather, pork chops, that's cool. Yeah, more. What is this thing? Invention. My goodness, where are you getting this thing from? How you are getting this thing? Yeah, you cannot actually get it. Just like that. Yeah, oh wow, okay. So that's actually something that I just learned, that you cannot really get it like that. So yeah, I wonder what is the vengeance. Yeah, I have no idea what. Never saw it before. Well, okay. So yeah, so that is how you get more animal products, right? With those ground traps. So you can also do that with fish, with water traps, and it's how you can create a lot of salt right, with that salt and fresh water actually, from that assembler thingy, and how to make a decent armor, and how to make a lot of emeralds from like basically overflow products. Yeah, I don't think that you can actually go and automate this thing, but yeah, other than that, yeah, 3 emeralds. Okay guys, so that would be all for today's episode, and well, the next time we'll be doing something new maybe. I'm not sure about that. I have no idea what we'll be doing next time. But yeah, I'm trying to actually make this part more reasonable for me, right? So basically I'm actually like yeah, I even like made some decorations and so, but also planting more crops and those kind of stuff. And I would like to have here some kind of gathering system, maybe not an automatic like harvesting system, but just a way to dump all my harvest very quickly here and then just ship it maybe back to the base. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea yet. But yeah, that's all for today's episode, and next time I don't know what we will be doing, but I hope that it will be cool. So see you guys. Cheers.